Hello everybody, I am the player Phoenix, and welcome to Division 2. Well, Tom Clancy's Division 2, but why is it I put on Division 2 instead of Division 1? Like I said in the previous one before, you may not know yet because I haven't uploaded yet, or probably did, you might have already seen this. I wanted to do both divisions. I wanted to get a good amount of time in Division 1, then I switched to Division 2, because the new stuff's going to be coming down later this year, every time this year of recording. However, we'll still go back and forth, because I want to. Plus, I know the story, and probably this game is a few years old now. Both these games are a few years old now, so you probably know the story. And you just want to see it in 2021, or a little bit later, depending on whenever you want to watch this. But like I said, we're playing Division 2. So as you see here, this is my Day 1, this is Day 1 Division Agent. This one through the change. This one through all the changes that happened during the life cycle. And we're not be playing that because that's my own main game. Let's get looking at. I did play shortly of this, but I was busy thinking of something else at this time. So that's gonna everything else my own time since there. So we're making a new agent. Hardcore agent. Oh god, that's getting painful ass. I'm not gonna do that. New agent. Start the campaign. Well, since I have the expansion pack, you would not know. It's basically a continuation of what happened after 7 months during the New York's falling, which is an interesting story, but we'll get there when we get there. Do I want to start from all the way to the beginning? Or all the way to begin the war, or to New York. Hindsight, I would like doing New York because you get all the stuff passed, but you don't want that, do you? You don't want that. You want to see you want to see the entire thing in action. Unless you want to, you can do that too. Depends how you determine it. Or I might do it as two separate ones. Who knows? Honestly, to tell you the truth. But we are starting from the beginning. Because I want to, and also, but then we'll be missing like content for December. I'm just thinking here. Give me a moment. It's about how we go. It's gonna take time to expand to there. It's going to take time to get to 30. And there's actually 3 campaigns, believe it or not. There's the first main campaign. The second campaign, which they added, was basically where you're taking everything over. Then the third campaign, which is this, going after the warlords. And once the new stuff comes in, it's going to be a huge fucking increase of all that stuff anyways. Like I tell you, we're going to start from the beginning. Then I'll start a new agent. In the warlords for new content reasons. But we are starting from the beginning no matter what. Because I can and I will. I gotta click on it. Now, what makes Division 2 different from Division 1 is the sequel, of course. But it also takes 6 to 7 months after the first initial break was from the first outbreak. Woo. And we are we'll basically show you as we go. I'm not going to tell much. Because, like I say, you probably did scenes before. Or watched before, or played before. I'm not going to go over and do it, just let the game tell itself. There's most thing to say. After we continue our shit, though. They expanded the customization from Division 1 to Division 2. That's mucking all the hair stuff in one muck. And I'm lighter on my duck. I'm gonna do that. There's any more customization, which I don't mind that. It's interesting when they did that without knowing actually the truth. How good is someone has yellow eyes and more, or is that rare? Green eyes is rare. Blue eyes is rare. I think it depends on the male young. Yes, I know that. Know the word for that. It's an interesting concept, really. It could be Mundog. Yeah, she has so weird, but that looks like probably Captain Price. What I'm gonna do? Not because I can Price, but it's an awesome Mariah character. Just make it different. Like I'm dirty. So I like the markings, but also this is also years past in the summer. Tattoos. I do want to become a tattoo artist online, but I'm not that skilled to make it. I can make tattoos, but they're very simple. They're simple tattoos. I mean, I do see like having a tattoo down the line, but also not like a madhouse of it. So I can nitpick this stuff I want, but again, that's my preference. People can do a lot of different, can fight me over their preference, but I don't care. It's just my preference after all. I have no leg tattoo because I've shown. There it is, Captain Price. Well, why not? Captain Price joins the fight. That goes use no glasses, but I like glasses. I just do, but we don't want that. Huh? Let's tickle the boots. Patch rise. Patch. Ready? Try not to go too in depth. Critical sensation. I guess we're doing a lot of stuff. Huh. But I guess it's better to be doing all this stuff anyways. Oh, it's a shame, but like I said, I'll do two of them, one for the comfort and the game reasons, but only one for starting from the game part of it. But also, new animations is one of the things they mainly improved in the sequel of Division. They improved the movement, the animations, which was a good thing they did. It's more in depth. I don't know if this takes place in New York or something. I actually don't know where this takes place in general. But now... Mm-hmm. He's a pistol. He's a hate pistol. I do hate the pistols. I do hate them, but I hate the living out of them. But this is here. No, that's this playthrough.
Communications broke down. Trains stopped. Survived. Flux. Hostage. Hospital. No missed protection. Kimona. Some survived. We are a resilient species. When our society collapsed, now, for the first time in centuries, what we want is also truly what we need. In the face of disaster, it helped us to live. We adapted, we survived, established. But there are also those who build nothing, who create nothing. How you must
Mm-hmm.
A brave few stand to protect us and save one things. Ignite us. Remind us that we are one. If that light goes out, it's been 7 months since we got there. Still being fear of the virus. What's the real danger is out there.
Washington, D.C. Mm-hmm. I'll say nothing because this is playing this through. I bring the pistol out. Now I begin. I have a shotgun.
Operation under attack. Hostile forces have reached our southern perimeter. We are in need of immediate assistance. Repeat, need immediate assistance from any nearby agents.
What makes Division games interesting? Because they're unique. No matter what, they're unique in my mind. The cover, the looting aspect, the story, it's unique and amazing. I hate shotguns, but does the damage properly though. You might forget what's the new one? That's armor. Besides the health thing, you got rid of Division 1. It's now armor based, and this is your most essential knife.
All government personnel, the White House is under attack. This is not a drill. This is not a drill.
I said I want to, but I'm not wasting a grenade. Because I can, and I will.
I thought I was a division agent heading north toward the White House. Looks like they cut down the people hiding it and are headed this way.
Welcome to the new inventory system. But you gotta go through that again. That's the loot. Yeah, I know that. Dismiss, since we're not mucking with that. The new UI. Now this is worth a grenade. Now that's worth a grenade. Worth a grenade. Oi ho, oh mama. I know I have some connection issues again because that's me. Oh, I really do. Gotta watch my freaking armor. Not wasting armor kit. Tip for some personal tips. Good shit. Well, not everyone going through that in the moment, but now I'm hit with dead no armor. Rank up. That was the essential. But I probably should rephrase what I'm saying after to kill this bastard. Okay. As I was saying, Grizzle tips. Just keep in mind with how much armor you're being hit, then use a medkit, because those are essential. To the White House. Yep, that's right.
There's several main factions and a whole lot of bottom sucking up whatever big jobs it is. Just believe some of them still holding on against all this. Yeah. If you want help, we can be able to provide space systems because of the network we've got. That's awesome. It's one of the last 5 entities. It's operating and do some of our priorities. We should go take a look. Everyone knows how to get the systems back online. That's right. Oh, yeah. Introduce yourself to the locals right there. You'll come in to know there's a new ship. By the way, I feel like you set up a division.
The Quartermaster skill. Oh yeah, free skill use. I gotta make wise and make these choices. Alrighty. Now, what's unique in this one compared to Division 1 is that as you progress through the main story, you unlock free skills, you have free automatic free skill. Depending on how it goes, it really doesn't matter. But as you progress, you have to unlock it by through shade credits, which is exploring around. We'll get to that point. But as you progress through the story manually, you get an option to get a free option. You have restorers, like all these. You only get one of these. You get one of these to unlock your skill. So we have Pulse, which is standard, helps to limit the turret. Turret is normal, but there's some changes, sadly. That in Division 1 turret was everywhere. But in this turrets are limited to what area they have in store, which sucks, but that's how that goes. The Hive is the new one in Division 2. It's basically your healer, your damager, your reviver, and booster. For me, since I'm soiling this, there's some people playing this because it's new updates coming around, so there's some people playing this. But health is essential because we need that to heal. But also for self-revive, which is good. But again, once you're starting, you gotta make your hard choices. For me, I always recommend, to me as a person, recommend for the Hive. Because you get the damage, but you'll need to get the restore. It's your main source of that. You can also get the drone. It's another healer. But I say here's now shade credits unlocked now, which you find by roaming around Washington, D.C. But as you progress, you unlock all of these and progress through the game to unlock the main, but you need to get some. The drone is the new one as well. Well, we don't have details, we don't have a thing. What we do. Details is basically your self-reformer or attacker, defender, barber, repair. Is what you need to do so. But to me, I'm using Hive because as you progress, the NPCs want to shoot your drone down. Not good. And welcome to Washington, D.C. Strongholds. Settlements, yep. The expansion only at the third place. So point, yeah, I know. Now, since here, this is our map. As we progress, you level up and get to the access to these areas. The Dark Zone, since you saw before, or have seen before, is one big area now. These are separate areas now. They decided to do so, which is nice. But as you progress, this is where all your missions happen in level 3 as you progress to conquer. There's strongholds, which is basically the security missions from Division 1, but not all of them, but the main ones to town down the base. Those when you conquer, destroy all their influence on the certain faction and try to kill it, and that's a pain in the ass. More on that when we get there. Now the new inventory system. The feed, no. This is my clan stuff, we don't unlock. But the feed, now, since you last saw this entire UV has changed dramatically. Progressions, where all your collectibles and all that stuff is. Database is probably stuff before. I got before. I collected all this stuff as I was playing before, so. You won't really claim all this stuff back again. Or just progress. We'll play these things later at some point. Well, that's just that. Inventory. Since the different change between Division 2 inventory, which is a bit different, now you see what you got here. It's a bit different than before, but it's much more better. Because it tells you what you can grab and what would be good for you. Weapon skills, damage output, shows you what you got. Simple as that. Now, what about the other stuff in your level? As you progress, you get gear items, which you know will increase your bills. However, due to overhaul they did, actually, the second before the overhaul, do your short history, if you play this or not. The overhaul was a gear overhaul. What was originally intended in the first the first year of second division support, every gear had a talent, and that was an interesting build. You could do a lot of fun stuff, but it was annoying. Reason why? You have one for total armor. In the beginning, total armor was your main source of build. Well, that gives you more armor, which is basically what you need to do later on. But there's builds of people that build so much armor that no one was able to break through during PvE, PvP sessions of Dark Zone and combat, which combat's been by default now, which was not fun for people. Then there was also very overpowered stuff, like they made the weapons so much damage, it was literally ridiculous. Armor damage, there was a build that would destroy your armor completely. And there was also ones that let you progress as you build. They got rid of that, and now only 2 builds and only 2 things get talent except for exotics, which is the end game. 2 gear stuff will give us the backpack and the chest. The rest of this stuff is not until they're named, which is one factor. Named items give you more the permanent buff when you have them equipped, mind you. So all that standard containment stuff, resources, basically what you find. Stats is where all your stats stuff is now. It's much more organized than it was before. It shows you how much damage you have, and all that stuff. Brand sets is a new thing. Brands is basically gives you the buffs for your player, which is the unique thing you add in Division 2, which I like. I'll explain a bit more when we get to gear, on our first gear. Armor. This is your main source of protection. Compared to Division 1, you have medkits. Division 2, you have armor, which is your main source of protection, except for. There's talents to give you armor on kill. Every time you get a kill, you get armor back into you, which is good. Regeneration, as it says. Health on kill. If you have no armor, you have no med kits, you use health on kill to get your health. Regeneration. Protection from the elites, all standards, but some of these are different now. Protection of the elites don't build up. They do build, but they're very limited what you can build off to. Skill tier, which is a different one, which I should explain. Skills now are a bit different now. And multiply for. Skill tiers. This is where other builds come in handy. Skill tiers are another source of builds. Doing a skill build, for example. You get more stuff as you progress for tiers. Skill tiers is your main source of improving your skills as you progress through the game. It's right, skill 1 gives you a bit more healing. It improves the stats over time until you get the max, which is 6. If you want to do a skill build. But then if you do an overcharge, which is a temporary thing, it gives you a lot of overpowered stuff. But it's limited on once it's active. It's a bit complicated, but it will make sense as you progress. And I think that's all set and done what we have currently for the main game. You haven't got to the end game yet at all. But now we begin our stuff now. Alright, before they had some...
They did an attack on the division, and they requested immediate support. Meet me on the White House South Lawn. There's a helicopter prepped for us. We need to leave now.
Before, you had to, like some before, to grab resources. Now, this is, you can still do that, but it gives you stuff back. This one here, it automatically gives you stuff in a safe place, so you don't have to go to find a thing. Or it's a new expansion, which I can't. Buy and sell. Standard stuff, which don't have enough credits, which is not universal, which is good. Like I say, you see all the armor builds right here. Core. Then you see here, core, stamina. As you progress through the gears, they get more, in which you have to be buffed. But this is when everything comes in handy. The crafting gets a little bit more. And Division 1 crafting was not used. We can't have it done the crafting because we gotta do the main mission, but crafting is a bit more now, and which is the main essential. I think that's much as we can say. Gear item. And we get better says machine gun. But as you saw, as you progress, the gears are much more noticeable to give you improvement overall. And it's an SMG with max damage at that start. Wow. Not that standard reasons, yes. But hindsight, not at all. But I take it. Actually, no, I'll take it. I'll keep the shotgun. Hit it, but does the damage. Mods will explain when we get to that point, but we don't have that option yet. We have to do these main missions to get our stuff we need to begin. Which I'll explain more in the crafting when I can. Double shot though. I got a new. Is that a rifle? I think it's a rifle. Grab the rifle. You might want to explain what's a rifle. Well, there's different weapons here in Division 1. Now, there is the submachine guns, the assault rifles, the rifles, and the marksman rifles. which marksman is basically a semi-auto. Now, which I don't like the thing. As when this was introduced, I didn't like this. I don't like it, but I have nothing to say. But I didn't like the idea of a different rifle. They're both the same rifles, but again, you can change what you can. You can't. Rifles. That's an assault rifle. Oh, that's an AR rifle. What the hell am I thinking? Yep, it's a rifle. Which is basically, you see, is a semi-auto weapon. It depends on the builds. That's all I can say. It's just really weird. Got it. I hate rifles. Because I just do. And snipers. But early game, take what you can. I actually need to. I can't dismantle. I can sell the stuff. That's right. I'm not playing Division 1. Hoarding comes in handy. But as you see before, you actually got to get the stuff to sell the items. To buy the items. Since I don't have my big money from Division 1, I have to do this. I have to do this that way. Ironic. Ironic, isn't it? But yeah, this whole map was a 1-to-1 viewing. What that means, it means Ubisoft before the pandemic went to the US and basically photo captioned every image one by one of Washington, D.C. But not even like not disaster, no. They had all this the Division style stuff, but the main buildings stuff are from the. Where you fucker? The main stuff are from. Are basically from from itself. I'll be selling a lot of shit. Neko. That was the version of the rioters. I just pissed off they got rid of the rioters. Now we begin. Collectibles. I'll collect them later when I go back to this. like I was saying, it's just the uniqueness and the story of basically all of the Tom Clancy. Tom Clancy himself is dead, but there's a guy continuing his story through a couple books, which I wish I want to read. I never really ran into the Tom Clancy's. All I played Tom Clancy was this. Never played any others. I'm doing planning to play. I did slightly play Rainbow Six, but that was just simple. But this is the only one I mostly played because I just loved him. I loved him. Grand Washington Motel. Down I go. If you were to say my personal favorite would be in Division from both playing these, it'd be Division 2. Shockingly. Because I never fully experienced Division 1, that's why I made another build to fully try to fully experience. Because I only experienced some of them on day 1 and I hated it. And I left it until I went to college and played it again. Then I got Division 2, I loved the heck out of it. What I was saying, because I fully experienced Division 2. Matchmaking, no. I fully experienced Division 2 from day 1, and I loved the heck out of it. I forgot my fucking rifle. I gotta change that. Hey, put those there, because I'll be using the submachine gun more than the freaking rifle. It's more for distance reasons.